Hi Taurus, your 2024 year ahead forecast is here. So what I have done is pulled a tarot card for each month of the year. I've been doing these readings for a while now and they are so insightful. I get great feedback on them throughout the year. First of all, I've pulled my card for each month of your 2024 and then I will consult another deck to pull clarifiers here just so we can see if there's any repeating themes or duplicate cards that might have a special message for you. Anyway, let's get right into it. The Hierophant card. You may or may not know that the card for January, here we have it, is the Taurus Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are about soul growth. You've got two of them so far, for January and for February. And that is not to say that the start of 2024 is jam-packed with all of this like soul growth, trial and tribulation energy. If anything, this to me looks like a victory lap for you or an opportunity for you to show the world, show yourself how much you have grown and how much you have gotten to know yourself and how embodied you feel and how sure about yourself you are. And you really get a chance to prove that. There is something a little self-righteous about the Hierophant at times, and it's really coming down to the fact that they have had a lot of lived wisdom at this point, and I think all the work you've done on yourself in 2023 is really showing up here now. And you know what? More mundanely, you might be embodying Hierophant energy, which is student, teacher, mentor. You might be enrolling in classes or courses. You might be the person teaching or putting an offering out there, an instruction guide or some sort of a manual or some sort of a course, join my course or you enroll in a course. But there's something about you deeply knowing who you are in January, and something comes up that kind of, I don't like the word test, but it's a way for you to pass the test or prove yourself, maybe just to yourself. We will go deeper on that and pull a card to clear it up. I actually get quite a spiritual energy coming through, like that January is just a very philosophical month for you, that it is, I don't know, like there's something about like proving what you've learned, showing what you know, and I really like this start of the year for you. A real true to Taurus start to the year. What other Taurus themes could be coming up for you then? Just like experiencing pleasure, sensuality, getting more in touch with the earth, a simplistic approach. There are keys here on the Hierophant card, so maybe you're getting keys to a place, keys to a premises, you're unlocking an inner wisdom. Six of Swords. For some of you, there is travel coming up here. And you know what? Interestingly enough, for some of you with the Six of Swords and the Hierophant, I feel like you are, this is a religious card. So some of you might be going on some sort of a pilgrimage. Some of you might actually be going on some sort of a spiritual retreat. This looks really great actually in terms of being able to let go because of some sort of a wisdom you've gained, and maybe you're able to let go of an awful lot of baggage in 2024 right off the bat, and that's due to the work you've been doing in the year of 2023. Those eclipses that happened in 2023 in May and in October in your sign Taurus, they probably were pretty impactful times on your journey. The Magician card, they are coming through as the second major arcana card in the month of February. So this is the second major arcana card in the deck, and it really does speak to initiation. And this seems like something that you might have to do on your own, and you're more than happy to do it on your own. You're the one with the skills, Taurus. The Magician card tells me that it might be important for you in February not to second guess your abilities and to make sure that you're utilizing all of the skills and talents that you have, that you've mastered and that you also just have innately, because you're born of course with a certain amount of gifts. Check out where your South Node is in your chart. It's going to tell you about some of those gifts that you're bringing into this world. But the Magician card to me is speaking about a project, a plan, something that you are are putting like your own stamp on. Also the Hierophant for January, linking it into February, there's something quite traditional about the Hierophant, and it's almost like we're not reinventing the wheel here. You might be doing something that's kind of established already at the beginning of the year, but you just put your own flavor on it. There is an opportunity for you way later in the year, in November, to actually rebuild something and do something in a more like progressive, radical, or highly unique way. But at the beginning of the year, it's like, I'm going to do something that's tried and true. It can include your own skills and talents and mastery, of course, but it's something that needs to be acted on in a way that is going to show a part of you as well. So this is interesting to see the Seven of Pentacles coming through with the Magician card in the month of February. We actually do see this card coming through in August already, so we're already getting one repeating card. So later in the year, this Seven of Pentacles is coming through. So that would tell me that the initiative that you begin in February, or the dynamic action you take, or how you strike out and make something happen for yourself in February, it comes with the Sevens present challenge. Nothing more than an obstacle to overcome on your progression and on your way to making magic. The Sevens are the magic number, and the Magician, well, goes without saying, this is about manifestation and making magic. But the challenge that's coming up here in February might be linked to another little obstacle to overcome in August around this. It's just about patience, perseverance. It's sometimes, you know, we feel like when we're in the Seven of Pentacles, we're at the threshold between giving up or sticking with it. Certainly in February, if any doubt or if any inner voice of like, give up, this is never going to succeed, if you feel frustrated, if you feel impatient with the lack of growth, with the lack of progress, try to remember that the Magician is an initiating force, and sometimes the seeds that they sow take some time to bloom. We'll see what comes up as a clarifier in August, but with, you know, the Magician card in February would not give up on something that is so inspired. So yes, you may not see the results straight away in February, but know that the force and that creative force within you working away behind that is really going to be something special. It's kind of like a magic touch of yours in February. Even if you don't see the results right away, have faith in yourself. Okay, so we're moving into the month of March now, and I have a very fast and fun looking Eight of Wands. So there are a number of things happening in your world and many moving parts in the month of March, Taurus. And it could be travel, of course, with the Eight of Wands. If you are a merchant, if you're selling your goods or your products or yourself or your skills, then it's flying, right? If you're buying, if you're wheeling and dealing, you're just kind of like back and forth a lot. There's a lot of chat around you. You're also just really busy in March. Let's go a little deeper and see what's coming through with the Eight of Wands. There's an element, of course, with the Eight of Wands of synchronicity, and we have an eclipse in March in the sign of Libra on the 25th. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, well, that's the kind of progress I like to see. So you're making leaps and bounds financially from February into March. So you may really find that you're in a much better spot financially in just a few short weeks. You know, things happen rapidly sometimes, and March looks like a time where those rapid unfoldments around your success and your personal evolution of the Nine of Pentacles are really starting to unfold for you. The Nine of Pentacles, well, what can I say? They're very successful, they're very independent, they're ambitious, and they really know how to enjoy themselves too, Taurus, just like you know. They have a kind of affinity for the simple pleasures in life, and they also have a love and a joy, Venusian ruled, for the finer things in life too. And there is no shame or no real sense of wounding with the Nine of Pentacles around what you deserve, and giving yourself what you deserve and enjoying yourself, and not getting bogged down with, but other people aren't doing so well, other people are doing terribly. like the magician would be trying to instill in you in this soul growth, you create your own reality. It's better that you know that right off the bat at the beginning of the year. The Nine of Pentacles tells me that you quickly have success in March. Things rapidly unfold in a very positive way, and there is still this like going it alone quality. The Magician and the Nine of Pentacles from February into March, they really are going it alone. That's not to say you don't have support, you do. The month of January actually shows you where your like-minded folks in your life are and how they present themselves to you. So there is just this quality of like independence, personal evolution. I see like success in the material, but also in terms of just like how you feel about yourself. Like you feel really positive about yourself and your goals and your objectives and all the results you're getting. And okay, so money seems to be improving. For the month of April, we have this Six of Pentacles. It is the moon in Taurus energy, and we have another eclipse. It's not in Taurus this time. They ended in October of 2023. This one is in the sign of Aries, and it's a very karmic one indeed. For the entire collective, this eclipse is conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer in the collective. So April, watch this space. April 2024 is going to be such a groundbreaking month for the collective in terms of our collective healing and our wounds, and Lord knows we need that. Well, let's talk about the Six of Pentacles for you. I think you can just sit back and let karma take care of the rest, okay? You don't really have to get involved too much here, Taurus. This is going to work out in your favor, I believe. And of course, if you follow me, you know I talk about eclipses in my readings, and they are kind of portals which pertain to destiny and karma and dharma and purpose and alignment and deeply meaningful events and undercurrents that are going on. And just because the Six of Pentacles, another six, this is about harmony, this is about recalibration, this is about what's right and what's wrong, and you being able to take step back, sit down, and just kind of let this play out without too much of your own involvement. Ooh, I love it. Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Such a liberating and happy major arcana. And then the Queen of Pentacles, this really embodied, integral, very centered and flourishing, thriving earth sign energy. Yes, you're going to be looked after here. Don't worry, the universe has not missed you, Taurus, and they haven't missed a beat. That is going to be all solved for you. So if you are, dealing with legalities or cases or files or suits or anything that really does need to have some justice kind of wrangled there for you in your favor, that looks great because, like I said, sit back, relax. This is going to be taken care of for you. The Queen of Pentacles, well, she's really got a good thing going for herself, and she wouldn't want anything to mess that up. And in May, you just really feel like you're in the right place. I think the whole start of the year is like that for you. It's not such a focus on emotions. That's what we see coming through in June, July. Oh no, let me see, am I losing the run of myself? In May, June and July. Sorry about that, with three beautiful cup cards. And we're gonna get into that quarter of the year now in just a moment. That's really when the heart is open and the connections and the love and the feeling and that all of those cycles emerge. I feel like the first part of the year, at least the first quarter of the year, is very much about you, your not even just your goals, they're speaking for themselves, your sense of self, your kind of opportunities that are just like basically unfolding all around you. You're in a great place, and there's really so much to be said for how you have been very instrumental in this. And even if there are kind of, if any, it seems calm. It seems like, everything is moving along very nicely at the beginning of the year. But if anything presents that's not showing on the cards, just remain in your center and remember in April, if something that is trying to pull you away from your center and off this beautiful post here and in from your garden or from your sacred space and your inner peace, if anything is trying to pull you away from that externally, I don't think it will be internally, because I really think that's where you are thriving and that's where you've grown so much. But of course, in these positions, you know, it's the game of life. External forces will come to try and test that central pillar of integrity. Not always, but if they happen to, I think use this as a check-in to say, right, okay, I have to trust that this is all going to balance itself out. I can sit back. I don't need to fight this. I don't need to cause limitations or restrictions for myself. This is going to work out. I trust in myself, staying in that central pillar of integrity and just letting things unfold around you, and you're protected in April and always. Right, and you know, the Sun card, oh my goodness, there's that Tower. That's the unspoken thing. I was like, if there's an external circumstance, the Tower, basically, if the towers and things are crumbling and falling and crazy around you, you have the power to decide where you know, where that takes you, or how much of your focus you give that. Okay, let's look together, these three cards together in a sense. So now we're looking at May and June and July. So the end of the first half of the year emerging into the second half of the year with these gorgeous cup cards. So the Ten of Cups, yeah, well, the Ten of Cups is speaking to the end of some sort of an emotional cycle for you in May, and then what happens next in June, you know, new possibilities, new connections emerge. And in the month of July, then we're seeing things even have the opportunity to be brought back to life. You're getting a lot of sixes in this reading, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. And to me, that is just about 2024 being like a year of balance and harmony. 28. Yeah, like that's going to be really beautiful. It's like, I feel like 2024, that's adding up to 8, 2 plus 2 plus 4. And 8 is a number of transformation. However, I feel like the transformation is subtle and it's in harmony and alignment with the pace in which your ego is directing it and your soul. So they're working in tandem, and it's not like you're being plunged into these crazy, like, cathartic experiences. Here we have the Moon card in reverse with the Queen of Wands, with the beautiful Nine of Cups. So yeah, and the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Oh yeah, I love that. Love to see that. Yeah, so first of all, for those of you who are in a relationship, it seems like something might be coming through, but this summer months for you, May, June, July, which kind of takes your relationship to another level, which deepens and strengthens it, which is seen as a huge blessing by you, which is seen as the heart just opening wide. Like I said, like the Ace of Cups is in essence the heart chakra. Like it is that frequency of love and connection and oneness and peace and all the such. It's just a beautiful energy, of course, you know, but that is like where your focus is at in these months. And so if you're in a relationship in those months, that's what's kind of unfolding for you. It's romance and it's friendship and it's your relationship with your children and your family and your sense and your relationship with the divine, and of course in the relationship you have with a higher power or anything benevolent and good and wonderful in your life. That's all really amping up for the best. For those of you who are looking for a relationship, well, this summer, particularly the heart of the summer on the northern hemisphere, July and August, or wherever you are, that really looks like connections and good opportunities are coming through in terms of romance and love and harmony and happiness and things like that. If children, pets, loved ones and things, none of those are things, whoops, but well, you know, sometimes with the Nine of Cups, it doesn't have to be, it can be things that we desire, you know. Not always material objects, but we can desire a mate, we can desire a union, we can desire a bigger family. Yeah, so there are goals or desires that we are opening up to more and more this summer. I think those blessings becoming maybe more within reach or tangible, or yeah, it's just like a good thing for you, I think, overall. The Ten of Cups and the Moon card. In May, there is this situation that's coming to a close. It seems like you're never going to get there at times. It's been an emotional triggering cycle. It's been a long battle of sorts. There has been something that has been taking it out of you emotionally for the longest time now, it feels like. And now in May, it's coming to a close, and there is a success story that comes with that, because the 10 of Cups is like, high five, we did it, everything is good, like we made it. Could be family, could be a personal narrative of yours that you're coming to a close with. And the Moon card in the reversal, that just shows the kind of frightening, how frightening this was for you at certain points, how close to, I'm gonna say how close it might have felt to life and death at certain points. Not necessarily physically, most unlikely physically, but possibly. But I'm talking more psychologically, like how intensely deep that brought you, how low, and then to kind of emerge finally, to finally have overcome this, it can be a little jarring still. And then you, I guess, once you accept that, and once it begins to process, like, oh, I'm free from this, I'm out of the woods here, and this is all worked out for me, God, I can't believe it. Maybe it's something to do with what came up in April, where you were able to sit back and let matters unfold around you, for your highest and best. But then basically, once you accept that, and it might take a while for you to like accept that this is over, that this is good now, that you're free, then it's just like, oh my gosh, an umpteen amount of blessings for the month of June and July. Wow, like new people coming into your life, new soulmates, new teachers, new friends, a strong sense of Queen of Wands coming through, this confident, like magnetic, gorgeous, thriving, powerful and commanding, very, very amazing kind of side to you is emerging. And yeah, you're feeling really, really good right now. The queens that are coming through in April and in June, Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles, that's just showing a lot more about the other sides of yourself that you're exploring, and now they have a little bit of space to come forward and show off a little bit. But like I said, wish fulfillment, dreams come true this summer for the sign of Taurus. Jupiter, the benefic, expansive Jupiter, is going to leave the sign of Taurus on the 26th of May. But from the beginning of the year until the 26th of May, so almost the first half of the year, Taurus, you really get to enjoy the full benefits of what Jupiter is offering to you. Jupiter will conjunct Uranus around the 21st of April, where basically something could emerge. Uranus is quite liberating. We saw the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, but it's unpredictable. We saw the Tower card at the bottom of the deck. But with Jupiter there, it gives it this kind of benefic quality of pleasant or optimistic or abundant surprises and breakthroughs. Not all surprises are bad. Gosh, no, we can be hugely surprised for the better. And that's what that flavor is all about astrologically. And then from the 26th of May, Jupiter moves into Gemini. So wherever your Gemini house is in your chart, that's really getting lit up. For instance, if you are a Sagittarius rising, this could be Gemini entering your 7th house of relationships, and you know, good things are really unfolding there for you. If you are, let's see, where else could be an opportune sort of place for Gemini to enter? Yeah, if you're an Aquarius rising with a Taurus sun, perhaps Jupiter entering your 5th house of children and lovers could also be really blessed for you, and creative projects and fun and passion from the 26th of May onwards. Okay, so now we're getting into a different kind of a vibe, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, like let's just, you know, we've seen the 7 of Pentacles, so we kind of know what we're dealing with in August, the 7 of Pentacles, I think. But then let me just quickly show you for September and October, we have our shisty little bleep, our shisty little swords cards. The end of the year, however, is beautiful. Ace of Rods, you're ready to sink your teeth into something new. But we've got to kind of see what's coming through now, I suppose, for September and October. Let's quickly touch on August. I think it's a continuation of the themes that are coming up and emerging for you in February. So basically you start something, you initiate something, you take dynamic action. You know that you want this, you have a lot of willpower, you have determination, and you have the skills. But you're still wanting. So there is still this like strong desire that that is actually shadow side of it is like impatience and like a lack of trust. So you're back to that lack of trust in August. Is this ever going to pay off? Am I ever going to get there? Will this actually work? And even if it's showing signs like, yes, this will work, as I say, yes, the Ace of Swords presents at the bottom of the deck. Affirmation, a nice thumbs up. Yes, this will work. But there's something that's making you have doubt. And that's where the High Priestess steps in to say, you are a very intuitive sign, right? This is Mercury in Taurus, is it? This is Saturn in Taurus with the Seven of Pentacles. So Saturn in Taurus is rather industrious and very thorough and will stick it out, will absolutely stick it through. So the High Priestess might just be here to say, your intuition is telling you in August, Taurus, just stick it out, persevere, stay with it. At least I think that's what your intuition might be saying to you, but it's your intuition, not mine. So listen deeply to your intuition in August. It's interesting to me, very interesting to me, that the Magician card is number 1, Major Arcana, and the High Priestess is number 2, Major Arcana. And they both came out with the Seven of Pentacles in your reading. So what you begin in February, that's being continued. We are increasing. We're going from 1 to 2. The High Priestess is just saying it's much more feminine. It's much more yin than the Magician card, where in February you were taking the action and seeking it out and doing the thing. The High Priestess is the yin. They are saying, wait, sit, receive, trust and surrender. Listen to your intuition. I also we've got the Ace of Pentacles, or we've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is yes, this is thumbs up, this is affirmation. Listen to your intuition. There's no shame in throwing in the towel. However, you would hate to do that prematurely just because you're reaching an obstacle in August. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and then I feel like this is a vibe for September and October. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords. You're dealing with inner critic. Actually, I put that's the way it's supposed to go. 5 of Swords in September, 8 of Swords in October. You're dealing with triggers, stressors, imposter syndrome, disbelief, paralysis of the mind. Oh boy. Let's have a look at the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Remember, the eclipses are also in September and October. There is a new storyline in these eclipses emerging though, because the September eclipse is on the 17th and it's in the sign of Pisces. We haven't seen an eclipse in Pisces in a hell of a long time. We're talking like roughly a decade, just maybe a little less. I'm sorry, the 3 of Swords emerging with the 5 of Swords. But okay, we've got the Chariot coming through then. You're gonna, even if it's just at the end of October, after the eclipse season is wrapped up, which will be around mid to late October, I'm going to say probably around the 15th of October onwards, we're back on track, okay? But between September, between the eclipses, you know, early September to mid-October, things are shisty. Let's just say that. 3 of Swords, it would be remiss if I didn't say that it's possible for tears to be shed, or disappointment, or sabotage, betrayal. What else hurts our feelings? Not being understood, being deceived, being betrayed, of course, or just basically being talked about behind our back. Anything that puts the dagger in our heart and hurts our feelings, that's what's coming through in September. Taurus, maybe you just need to see something for what it is. Maybe you just need to understand people's true colors, people's motivations, and you know, it is just part of the year. I wish it could keep going the way it was. And the beautiful thing is that your blessings will be from the summer, and that heart opening, expanding, joyful energy, that's going to be really still so fresh in your mind that it will take the edge off this, right? And it will soften whatever comes up in September, which is a little bit more difficult to deal with. The High Priestess, again, with the Ace of Cups, I saw something divine sparking here in in July going into August. So your sense of spirituality and your faith and your connection with spirit is evolving and emerging on some level, you know, socially or quite significantly. And that's something that, in my opinion, is worth more than anything in the world. And I really mean anything, in my opinion. So these are other blessings that are going to be very obvious to you, even though in September you might be dealing with a bully, or you might be dealing with some shadows in yourself and others. You might be dealing with your own stuff, your own your own self-saboteur a lot, or your own inner aggressor, your own inner prison keeper, Eight of Swords, right? But the Chariot card emerges very victoriously after all, and this is necessary. The Chariot tells me this bullshit that you deal with is necessary for you to get out of these confinements of your own mind, to take matters into your own hands, and to get back in the driving seat. And you're the captain here of this ship. So let's keep it moving and let's progress towards victory. It was almost a necessary evil. Evil, take that with a massive pinch of salt, you know, don't go calling your priest right yet on me. Okay, so looking at the Four of Pentacles as we move into the month of November, it's the only card that came in reverse. So to me, that's about rebuilding, basically, in a different kind of way. It's nice because you get to now put your spin on things. That's interesting, right? Because at the beginning of the year you were trying something out, but it's not like I said, it wasn't reinventing the wheel, but you were putting your stamp on it. But it was also just something that was like tried and true. Love that. The Three of Pentacles, another very building oriented card coming through in the month of November. But come the month of October, November, you might be reimagining, restyling, renovating, rebuilding things in your own way, which is a little bit more different. And maybe that's why you got all your blessings, you have your faith restored in the universe, you've had your successes, and then September, October happens, where it's maybe the most challenging time of the year for you mentally or emotionally, or just like it's trippy, right? And so that had to happen for you to kind of see where you were just compliant or plodding along, or not really pushing yourself, or not really, I don't know, seeing the bigger picture yet, or seeing what was possible. And now, because of that, you get this great opportunity. I love the Four of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles together, to really build something amazing for yourself. Some of you will be building a home, some of you will be building a room, a studio, building a shed. It's construction. It's construction, and it's working with your hands, and it's using your resources, and it's doing it your way. And November's putting your stamp on it. And you know, you have to spend, you might have to invest, you might have to pull resources. You get together with people, like-minded people, a project emerges, teamwork, collaboration, skills, all of these things are the theme of the month. Yeah, you might have money is like not where it was potentially in the first half of the year, but that's because things have shifted. It wasn't so much of the focus, it didn't need to be. And now November, you are using the resources you have for growth, basically. Ending the year with the Ace of Rods, so you're absolutely ready to get going on something else. So whatever it was really lit a fire under your ass, because in December you are so inspired, so creatively motivated, and so ready and so eager to do something new, to emerge and to kind of grab life by the rod and shake things up a bit maybe, or just I don't know, follow your dream basically. So it's all well that ends well. Let's look at the Ace of Rods. The Ace of Wands, we've seen that guy before. And that's a beautiful energy to end the year with, the Temperance card. Anything that was unsettling and anything you needed to see in the month of August, September and October, specifically September and October, it looks like you feel like that's all balanced now and you feel like that's really rectified. The Temperance card, it really does speak to balance, harmony, and feeling hashtag too blessed to be stressed. That is the mantra for the end of the year. So some of you are dealing with a very uplifting energy at the end of the year, very divinely guided and very soothing. You know, a lot of the problems or issues or challenges and trials and tribulations of the last quarter of the year, they seem to be very much in the back burner now and not really seem to be affecting you in any way that's negative. It actually seems to have really helped you to ascend, which is Temperance card. Spiritually, yay, loved, you know, I love to see that. Okay, Taurus, that was your year ahead reading. I love doing these, so I would appreciate so much if you would give this a like or subscribe to my channel or comment and let me know if you want to claim this reading for your year ahead. I'd love to hear from you, of course, and I am wishing you all the very best for 2024. Filled with blessings, love, happiness, and spiritual growth. Bye.